Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Judy and my channel is called Judy in the Skies. Thank you for stopping by and checking this out. So I want to just kind of bring up, last month I did a reading on the remaining of February, March, and April. So on the February, one of the cards I received was the Five of Swords. This is the one that has the lightning bolt. These are obviously people that are infighting. There's the person that's carrying the sword and there's the person that's behind that's basically walking away. So what's interesting about this is when I had commented that there was obviously going to be some strife, in February. And one of my clarifiers for that card was the Tower, which I just happened to look at it. And when you look at it, and I mentioned that, here's that same lightning bolt, right, that we see here. Okay, the lightning bolt. This is a totally different deck. And I mentioned that it was going to be a shit show. So interesting enough, it was, right? The whole President Zelensky and the Orange Menace, that whole debacle, I said it was going to be a shit show, and obviously it was. And then when I happened to look at the reading I did, I checked back at the date, and it was actually February 28th, so it was exactly the last day of the month. When I looked at this card, I thought, you gotta be kidding me. Spirit is absolutely amazing. And let me just share what I see. And this is how I think and how Spirit works with me. See, you have Zelensky here is the squirrel, and he's coming out of his little hiding place because he's basically having the lightning bolt basically destroy his home, right? And that's exactly what's happening in his country, right? But then you have these two nuts here. I kid you not. Look at that, right? They're little nuts here. And if you look at them, to me, I'm going to say it, they look like scrotums. You know who those people are, right? Okay, I had to come on and share that with you. So, Spirit and I have a very funny sense of humor. A little on the dark side, but funny nonetheless. Anyways, I guess I have the darker side, but Spirit doesn't. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for the month of March and see what Spirit wants to share with us today. Okay, so besides that, debacle was the word that I got, and I noticed that people are using the same word, which I thought was interesting. I was horrified, just like shocked. Like I just wanted to say, why aren't any of the reporters saying anything? Like I would have been clapping down on that, and that douche canoe with the suit. Really? That's a marginal, traitorous, grift boyfriend, apparently. So go figure on that one. It's all planned. First thing I thought was that was all set up. Poor guy came in and got ambushed. All right, let's see what March has to say. Let's see. Besides that, I hope everybody is being safe. Okay, I'm gonna have to get clarifiers for these guys. First card that I get is the Three of Swords. Obviously, this is very painful. This is a separation. This is, it could even also be considered deceit, right? You see this girl just crying like, what did I do, or what's happening, or what's going on here? She's being torn apart internally. And I think this is what a lot of people are feeling, not only in the United States, but all over the world. Like, this is just like left in the barren, this tree is barren, kind of like out of all this shit, you got that. Oops, and I said that word again. Linda's gonna comment on that. Okay, but the next card I have is the Queen of Wands. Okay, and this is a very inspiring, creative queen. She has all her gifts in her hand, and she's, inspired by the heavens. I think what I'm seeing here when I look at this card, and she also has the cat down below by her feet and all the candles underneath it. There is going to be light illuminating this. There's going to be stuff that's going to come out, and it's going to be shown, and it's going to be exposed. I think once this all happens, there's going to be a coming together of people who probably at one point maybe not have considered their stance now has changed. And I believe that this is the 10 of Cups. So this is like unity, family coming together, all types of families, right? And it's just because we all want to feel this way. I keep saying when I see this card, it's like everybody wants to just be left the F alone. Just, you know, mind your damn business, right? I think Tim Wall said it perfectly. Like, you know, and it's nothing new. It's just like, you know, stay in your lane, you know? So let me get some more clarifiers. Let me see something else about this Three of Swords. I think I really just want to get a little bit more information. Because the Three of Swords is pretty, it's a heavy card. It's interesting because I look at that tree and it just reminds me of this little safe space at one time that Zelensky had, and now it's just being decimated. And we are very upset and we're mourning over that. Let's see. The clarifier for these cards. Thank you. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Okay. This is the 10 of Swords. Basically, he was stabbed in the back. You know, if you look at the regular Rider-Waite, it's the guy laying down with all the 10 swords on his back and he's laying flat on his face. There's always a good and negative and positive side of each card. So the negative side of this card, of course, is that he was stabbed in the back. He was basically ambushed, and you know, those two nuts, right, ball sacks, made an ass out of themselves and of our country. Out of that, there's the light. And it's interesting because when I look at this, it's kind of yellow and it reminds me of the sunflowers, which is the flower of Ukraine. So even though they stabbed him in the back, he will rise. It's like that song. I'm getting that song in my head. We'll rise up. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go look what that song is, because that's the song that I'm getting in my head. So if anybody knows anything about it, let me know. I mean, sometimes I'll have to, maybe the song, the words mean something. If you look at the words as opposed to just listening to it, but that's a song that I get. We rise up. So that's a message from Spirit. The next card I get is the Two of Wands. This is, you know, I feel like it's like us against the world. It's us against the world, right? You know, normally this is this Two of Wands would mean that, you know, you're waiting for somebody, you're deciding if you're going to move forward or not, you're going to be making plans. In this case, what I'm looking at it, how I'm seeing it, it is, it has a lot of orange in it, so it is definitely having to do with our sacral chakra. And that, oh my God, of course I don't have all my stuff with me. This is where we need to tap into our energy. You know, it's going to take, you know, it's funny, it's going to take the other part of the world to help us to get through this. I think the next card I get is the Five of Cups, right? And the Five of Cups is basically like, you know, you have 4 cups and you're just letting this other one just kind of go down the drain here. It's just going down the drain. She's just kind of like, doesn't know what to do. When I look at this card, it's just like this, you know, some people are just letting things happen, and we can't do that. We can't just let things happen. We've got to be active and speak our piece. You know, we definitely need to be part of this, because, you know, it's like if we don't do nothing, nothing happens, right? Well, then we say, oh my God, had I not had I done something, things would be different. Yeah, well, you know what? If we don't move forward, we don't get anywhere. So I'm going to do a clarifier on the Queen of Wands here, which is interesting because she's wearing the orange too. She's wearing the orange. Hang on, I want to... all my notes, my notes, my notes. Okay. You know, it's interesting because, you know, we're feeling our self-worth, you know. I think that we're like, wow, you know, we just got punched in the gut on this one. And the, you know, the sacral chakra has to do with our creativity, you know, our emotional health, you know, and the pleasures that we had, or at least once had. Now we have to all the things that I think we took for granted. So let's see what Miss Queen of Wands clarifies this reading with. Oh, wow, holy Moses. Huh. Okay. Wow. Okay, so I got two aces. The first ace was Ace of Wands, and I think this came in my reading too. We have to tap into our intuition. We have to tap into what we know and feel is right. Like none of this bullshit that we're being fed that, you know, what the talking heads want us to hear and bank on what they say is fact. Nope. Tap into our own divine energy source that we know exactly what's really happening. And another thing too, and the funny thing is here's Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is words, right? So be careful on what is being spoken as far as using your discernment on the truth. You know, tap into your intuition, you know, the creativity of the message, right? And the word. And then the third card for the Queen of Wands, which is interesting too. I want to bring this up. The Queen of Wands, right? And the Ace of Wands. Intuitive, you know, intuitive information that's being set forth. And the last card I get here is the Knight of Pentacles. So obviously this has a lot to do with money. People are walking away with money on their back. And see, I'm reading this as how I would see it intuitively. Of course, the Knight of Pentacles means it's a slower moving knight, right? He's trotting, he's not running, and he's not standing still. But how I'm looking at this and how I'm interpreting this, these guys, the green is the heart chakra, which is the love of money, that these guys are basically taking from us. They're trying to get away with it, is how I'm reading this card for this actual spread right now. And the last card is the Ten of Cups. Let's see what the clarifier will be for the Ten of Cups for March. Okay. Boy, we have such a beautiful day here. I cannot wait to just get outside. Spring is here, or is coming out. It's popping. All right. Wow. 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 Okay. Oh, Spirit is so amazing. Thank you so much. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Again, it's money, right? So there's going to be help for the Ukrainians. Okay. Light and sunshine and happiness. And the funny thing is, see this yellow, this just reminds me so much of the colors of Ukraine, right? It's yellow and blue and yellow. So they're going to be good. They're going to be fine. And these are the people that, you know, deserve our respect and our love and our compassion and our hope and our help, right? And the interesting thing about the next card is the Four of Wands, right? Again, another wand card, which is interesting. There's celebration because they're not going to be let they're not going to be, wow, what's the word? They're not going to be left out. They're going to be taken care of. They're going to be helped. They'll be celebrated. And there I have, and I always look at this as military because it's like a military tent. So, you know, these two nutsacks might not want to help them, but the world will help them. Okay. All right, that is my reading. I hope this all works out, and you like this reading. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. I will, you know, it's interesting. When I saw this card real quick, I happened to purchase her book, and I am going to do I'm going to go through it and kind of give you some information that she has on here that I think is so amazing, and I'd like to do a review on this, and also kind of share a little bit about how I read cards and how, you know, she has this book set up. I think you'll find it very fascinating. So that's going to be something I'll be doing later. Anyways, because again, like I said, I didn't know how this channel was going to be, and I still don't know how this channel is going to be. I'm just going to be doing me. I'll do me, whatever it is, whatever I'm going to need to say. I just needed to say, I needed to get that out because I just happened to look at this morning when I saw those nuts. That was just a giggle from between me and Spirit. I had to share that with you. Oh, Spirit's amazing. All right, please like and subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Oh, by the way, I have 25% off on March Madness because this is what it seems like to me, March Madness. So go to my website, judyintheskies.com. That's JUDYINTHESKIES.com. 25% off all my readings. Thank you much. Love you both.